Hello friends, and welcome back to the Global Alliance for the Rights of Nature's podcast, Conversations with Mother Nature, a space in which we will discuss the growing global movement that is the rights of nature. In this episode, we delve deep into the lush landscapes of the Philippines. We learn more about how grassroots movements, legislative initiatives, and faith communities are shaping the discourse around the rights of Mother Earth in the country. In October 2019, a seismic shift occurred in the legislative halls of the Filipino Congress. National legislation was introduced to protect the rights of nature, led by the Philippine Misereor Partnership Inc, PMPI, a coalition of 250 organizations. Guided by faith communities, the movement reflects a broader societal shift, catalyzed by the Catholic Church's endorsement of ecological conversion. As the movement builds, grassroots efforts converge with legislative initiatives to forge a path towards environmental justice and human-nature harmony in the Philippines. Today, we're diving in with PMPI's Yolanda Esguerra and Candy Hidalgo. Yolanda Esguerra is a dedicated development worker and advocate for peace and justice. She is serving as the national coordinator of PMPI, leading efforts to advance the rights of nature in the Philippines. Candy Hidalgo is a licensed environmental planner and the deputy coordinator and project officer at PMPI. With a background in community development and urban planning, she oversees the implementation of diverse projects nationwide. This includes initiatives focused on climate change, adaptation, disaster risk reduction, and the rights of nature. We recorded this conversation during GARN's gathering in Siena, Italy, 2022. Welcome, Yolanda and Candy, and thank you for joining us for another episode of this podcast.
Attending now, this is our first time to attend the GARN event. I find it so warm and welcoming, the people. So when they come, they give you a hug. Yeah. So that's wonderful. It makes you feel safe.
What do you think are some of the greatest victories of the rights of nature movement in the Philippines in recent years?
I think the greatest achievement, the milestones, I should say, are in a way plenty, despite the fact that we are a new movement. One is that we are able to develop rights of nature movement in the Philippines. So coming from our campaign in PMPI, there's now a movement more than or plus PMPI. Second, the church in our country supports the campaign. It's a big push for the campaign because the Philippines is actually basically a country in Asia that has a population, a Christian or Roman Catholic population at 80%. So many Filipinos are very religious and still listens to the church. Yeah. So that's second, and I think that we are able to connect to international partners like GARN is a major achievement for us because in doing so, we feel the solidarity. Yeah. And it gives you more strength and inspiration to, move and challenge the world despite all the odds.
Why do you think it's necessary to implement the rights of nature in the context of the Philippines?
We think that it is very necessary in the Philippines. As a network that works in communities, for example, in the Philippines, we saw and we are seeing until now how environment is being destroyed by big corporations and supported by policies of our government that somehow allows this kind of destruction. And of course, those that are affected are the poorest people also in the country. And so we see that a new framework such as this, the Rights of Nature campaign, will both protect people and environment. Because we have been doing a lot of campaigning before, but we see that the Rights of Nature perspective as a paradigm shift in the way social systems and people behave towards nature, if it can be embraced, then it will be better for people and planet.
Where do you think the Philippines will be in 10 years' time in regards to the rights of nature?
Well, it's nice to dream, no? But and I probably in 10 years, there will be the rights of nature law in the Philippines, and well, that's dreaming. we're free to dream. So that's one, and we will start pushing for change in the constitution. So that's actually one thing that, if not really in 10 years, if there's no change, at least we have started the discussion, about rights of nature and pushing for change within the constitution. So there, and also probably in 10 years we will be having changes in the education system, and we're really hoping that governance will be influenced by the rights of nature.
It's really wonderful to dream, and I love it that my colleague is really dreaming. No, but really the situation right now in the Philippines, because we have a new president, Marcos, who is the son of the dictator, and who only wants to be a president because he wants to change the legacy, the dictatorship legacy of his father. So until now, for example, it's already 100 days in office, and he is supposed to report what he has done. He did not report because basically he has done nothing as of yet. So it's, in a way, there will be challenges. But as Candy is saying, we are determined. No? We are determined to move on and to do something for people and environment. And we hope GARN can help us in this regard. Because it has been our experience also that there are partners outside GARN who are into rights of nature advocate, helping us also to push for the campaign.
Do you have any particularly special memories from pushing for the rights of nature in the Philippines?
Special memories. I have a very special memory. The launching. The launching is we call it salakyag. Sakay, lakad, layag para sa sangnilikha. It means sakay is ride, layag is sailing, and walking. Lakad is walking. So
9 days.
So we traveled for 9 days from the southernmost part of the Philippines to the northern part, which is Manila. And I took that 9 days caravan, sharing and stopping at points where communities have issues, environmental issues, and talking to them about the issue, discussing what can be done. So for me, this is a very powerful and unforgettable experience. That launching involved more than 6 bishops, 20,000 people, several media landings during that whole period of 9 days. So I think for me that is really memorable, the start.
So for me, it's the most recent one, the Hiraya Youth
Yeah,
Camp.
that's it.
So we did this simultaneous in the 13 regions. So we invite it's a weekly event. We invited I think more than 10 resource speakers to inspire to inspire the youth, and we were able to have 120 plus youth engaged, no, and committed to push for the rights of nature and live the sapat lifestyle. The sapat lifestyle is basically, the sapat is our word for enough, sufficient lifestyle. So it's not just sustainable lifestyle, but we are all called to live sapat, simple lifestyle. So not too excessive,
not lacking,
yeah, but
sufficient
lifestyle. So that's the more actually the most special for me, because we are training a new generation of individuals who we hope to have deeper and more meaningful relationship with nature.
Is there anything that makes you feel more connected to nature?
Actually, personally, because I have been an activist for many years, and I'm so used to having this perspective of championing human rights, no, and the environmental perspective came late to me. It's also somehow a learning process for me in terms of really understanding and having a sense of how nature is really related to me. So that, in fact, when one of the youth asked me almost the same question, asking me, what are my struggles? What are my struggles pushing for this campaign? I was telling them, the struggle is really personal. Because you know intellectually the vision and what has to be done. But in the actual practice, that is a personal struggle for me. And I continue, that's why I say I continue to form myself and be formed, no, by other people. That's why I was so happy last time with listening to our IP elders. It hits me so much, no, their perspective and the desire to be like them. Somehow, in my perspective, to embrace it fully.
Well, I feel more connected with nature whenever I'm in somewhere in the park, or where there are trees. I used to think that I can only be connected with nature through that. But our campaign with the rights of nature, I learned that everything is or everything comes from one source. It's the universe. And with this, I should feel the connection. So I'm trying to, of course, learn those things. I'm trying to unlearn a lot of things, and see more and more, the connection of most of the living things
Yeah.
with nature. So that's more that's
Yeah.
my current struggle then.
Yeah, and I have learned also, we're also discussing this, that somehow proximity matters a lot. Your nearness to nature is important if you have to cultivate that. You cannot cultivate it in the four walls of a city like us. We are in a city center.
Yeah.
We live in a city where there's no nature. No, so that kind of life is really necessary. But we see difference also compared to before. Like I was telling them, now, like we're walking at the garden, and I wanted to eat fruit. I say, can I have one?
That's
It's
new.
the reverence. That's new. It's automatic. That you say, can I take some from you, because I wanted to taste it. I tasted the fruit of the grapes.
Yeah.
So that, or Candy got a ano yun, yung violet lavender. So we said, we take your lavender so we can smell you. So it shapes us also.
That's really beautiful, thank you. Just to finish, we're asking everybody if you could recommend one book, video, a podcast, or something that you've seen or read that is interesting to share with the community.
For me, the braiding sweetgrass. It was really interesting, and I have to read everything slowly. I have to taste it. It's really nice, and I have while reading that, I realized a lot of things, in that it actually helps me how we can actually, the organization can strategize more in terms of pushing the Rights of Nature campaign. And also, I've been listening to Maura Gamble's podcast. It's the conversations there are really pag hindi naman radical.
Radical.
No, it's no,
Radicalizes you.
Now, it's very progressive, and it really introduced a lot of initiatives all over the world, and that we can learn from. So there.
Ako, I love reading Thomas Berry and listening to him. There's so much that I have learned from Thomas Berry. The whole framework of being connected with nature, and that they have rights, that they are connected to us, that we are an earthling, that we belong in one earth community, so that everybody have rights, all have rights. That Berry. So he's the author that I like to read.
Thank you to Candy and Yolanda for sharing your insights and experiences on your journey to defend the rights of nature in the Philippines. To our listeners, thank you for joining in this enlightening conversation. Stay tuned for our next episode of Conversations with Mother Nature.